YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy Josh. We back up in this thing with another one. Hey, we woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High. Hey, today we're talking about this type of man. This is the man that is destined to win. And that's the man of the underdog. You know, people, we love a good underdog story. But what makes somebody an underdog is an underdog is based on expectations, other people's expectations. You got people that say, based on your circumstance, based on your abilities, X, Y, and Z, we expect you to do this much. And sometimes you're even faced with tasks where people just don't expect you to do it. But it's all based on their expectations of what they see, what they've seen done by others, what they know. They have yet to see somebody else do it. If you're an underdog, you typically are going to be in a situation where you think that you have the ability to, or not even think, you know that you have the ability to reach a certain height or reach a certain standard in life or whatever goal that you've set yourself to accomplish. And what makes you an underdog is not you, it's what other people think about you. It's what others think that you're capable of doing. It's what others expect from you. Now, I'm here to tell you that you being an underdog, there's been many situations where I've been an underdog, where you've been faced with great odds, but you don't look at those odds as odds or obstacles. You just look at it as a part of the journey. And you still set out to accomplish the mission despite your expectations, despite what's in front of you. A lot of people will say that, hey, if I was in that person's shoes, with those amount of circumstances, with that setting, with that environment, I would only be able to accomplish this, or I would be able to only go this far. So I'm putting my expectations on what I've seen, what I think I can do, what I've seen others, if they were put in that same situation, what they can do. I am placing that standard on this person. Not knowing that you are the underdog, that you are a dog, that the only persons whose status or whose standard it matters as far as in how far that they can go is you, the underdog. That's the thing, is that you got all these people telling you that, hey, this is good enough, or that is good enough, or you don't need to put in any sort of extra work. This is the ordinary average standard. But you as the underdog, you don't have that for yourself. It's all about looking at obstacles, looking at things that people think that they can't do, haven't seen it done, don't believe it can get done, but you as the underdog, knowing who you are, nobody knows you as good as you know yourself. If you believe that you can do something, that's the only thing that's required for you to accomplish it. It only takes one person to believe. And that's the person that's going through the act. If you believe in what the naysayers are saying, if you believe in people that set the odds and think that, hey, if I was in that situation, I want to be able to do this, or hey, if you do that, you probably aren't going to do that, you're going to be just like them. The results that you get is just going to be what they get. Average, ordinary, typical run-of-the-mill, status quo. However, if you have this deep desire to be something greater, you are the only person that's standing in your way. It all comes within the preparation, though. It all comes within how much work you put in. So despite your circumstance, despite your environment, despite your excuses, the only thing that matters is how much work are you willing to put in to accomplish it. It's all in the preparation. If you willing, say you may be at a disadvantage, so be it. But if you're willing to overcome that advantage and then put more work in, or to overcome a situation where others aren't having to deal with that, it's only going to make you 10 times colder when you guys face off. I came from people that are underdogs. They typically aren't going to have the talent. They got to require on their hard work. They don't really got the God-given ability to get them to where they need to get to. The only way that they're going to be able to get to wherever they need to is if they put the work in. Hard work, that's all. When you ain't the tallest, or you ain't the smoothest, or you ain't got the gifts or everything, what is there to rely on? Nothing but hard work. Don't let other people's expectations and standards and things that they've seen come and tell you what you can and can't do. Those type of people right there are the same type of people that when they see you actually start overcoming the odds and conquering those goals and overcoming those obstacles, that's where you start having the haters come out of come out of the woodworks. That's where you got people coming out here saying, man, you doing all this extra work. You doing all this, and they'll try to clown you. They'll even try to make fun of you for doing all this extra work, because that's what you required out of yourself. And all it is doing is showing what they failed to do. They could have been in that same situation as you. They're the ones that put those expectations on you, saying, hey, you can only get this far. But the second you start passing their expectations and doing better, and you show them that with proof that all that is required is the hard work. You may be in this situation right now where you might feel like a loser. You might feel like you got no hope. But you can envision yourself being, that's all that you need, is you can envision yourself as this person. You can envision yourself being great. And this is what separates the great versus the average and good, is that you'll sit there, you'll see that envision, that version of yourself that you want to become. You'll realize that, hey man, I think I can do that. And if you think you can do that, this is what separates the good, the average, from the greats, is that they actually take action behind it. They don't talk about it. They don't talk to everybody and say, hey, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Or they don't sit there and wait for the perfect situation. Or they don't continue to remind themselves of the excuses that they can have to not start that journey. What they do is, they say, I'm willing to put the work in. I'm willing to sow that seed today. Water it every single day. Today, the next day, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, week in, week out, month in, month out. Without really seeing results or seeing what they really working for. They're working to see something. They're working to get to some sort of end goal. And the fact that they might not reach that end goal or see that they're getting close to that end goal anytime soon, they trust the process and they trust that hard work will get them there at the end of the day. Understanding that if I just immerse myself in pain, immerse myself through struggle, through darkness, each day, that eventually the sun and the light's gonna come out. Understanding that either I live with this pain of getting better, the pain of struggle, growing, or I go through the pain of regret. The pain of regret of allowing people to tell me what expectations they thought they could get out of me. Instead of focusing on the only true expectation that really mattered was the expectation that I put on myself. If you want the finer things in life, if you want the quality things in life, I'm here to tell you that there is going to be pain regardless. There's either going to be pain of regret, where you sit there and you let your opportunity go by all because you was worried about other people's opinion, or you go through the pain of growth, where you go in, you clock in, you receive that pain, and every single time you clock in day after day, you just get a little bit better. Your mind starts callousing a little bit better. Your body starts callousing a little bit more. It takes a lot more to bring you down. You can go a little bit further than what you did the day before. You can go a little bit further than the one that chose not to put that extra work in. You can go a little bit further than that person that sat on their ass all day and decided, nah, I can take a rest day. When you decided that even though you may not be feeling good today, even though you might not be in the right mood, even though you had this situation happen to you, even though you have all these other expectations of other people putting onto you, you still got up and you put that work in. There's going to be some sort of pain or regret, or there's going to be not regret, but there's going to be some sort of pain and darkness either way. If you want to have your pain and you'll struggle on the front end, you'll enjoy an eternity of fruit. Plant that seed today, you're going to enjoy the fruit for eternity. But if you continue to forego the process, continue to stay average, continue to stay the status quo, you're going to live with the pain of regret and that struggle, and you're going to live the rest of your life with regret, doubt, insecurities, all of those things that are now present in your life, all because you decided not to go through the harder right. I'm always going to tell y'all this, boys. Choose the harder right versus the easy wrong. Anytime something get hard, if you the first time, every single time something get hard, and as soon as it get hard, you quit, that's you picking the easy wrong. You think you getting out of a situation by quitting? I'm telling you, hey, you going to do a detour into something that you think you getting out of, but you really just getting into it worse. Either way, no matter which route you take, life is all about problems. Life is all about overcoming those problems and being a better version of yourself than you was yesterday. As men, I know every single one of us imagine having a very fruitful life, a very beautiful life of us living, having lots of money, being successful, having plenty of money, having the ability to go and do as we please, having a nice woman on the side of us, beautiful, inspirational, that can sit there and add to it, that can offer some sort of peace at the house. Having children where you got the next generation of your bloodline looking at you as the example and will follow your lead and take it to the next level and the next level after that. But it all started with you. It all has to start with you. It all has to start with you taking action. You the underdog in your situation. You the underdog of the story. People don't expect nothing to come out of you. Good. Hey, it'll even be sweeter whenever you do overcome it. When you do come on the other side as a winner. Because it's one thing when people expect you to win, but it's another thing is that they don't expect you to win and you still win anyways, despite what they said. And with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Make sure y'all like and share. I'll holler at y'all.